Hey Nikki, sorry we didn't get to connect today, but I did want to get you some answers and some little points to think about for some revisions based on what you had given me so far with the feedback for the original layout that I gave you over here. So I totally understand what you're saying as far as wanting to have, more open space and really wanting to have that soaker tub. So I did a quick revised layout here, and I just wanted to walk over it with you really quick. So my one main concern about what you had said is having the doorway into your master be through another room, and there's a couple issues that I see with that. First and foremost being, just moving this wall here and putting another door into this space doesn't actually give us a whole lot extra usable space, because basically then in your laundry room you're going to have 3 openings. You're going to have not only a pathway through your laundry room into your master bedroom, so there has to be clearance for that, but there also would have to be some sort of clearance for a door swing, so that's eating up a lot of this space that basically just ends up being a hallway or a pathway into the space anyways. And secondly, just from a resale or a layout value, I think that might read as kind of odd for a lot of people. If you wanted to try to resell your house, I think people might walk through and say, well, we have to go through this laundry room in order to get to a bedroom. And I think actually maybe from a technical real estate perspective, it might not even then qualify as a bedroom if you have to have access to a room through another room. So I think it's important that we keep, that we have a priority being individual access to the bedroom without having to go through another space. So, whether this wall stays here and this kind of is a hallway, which it would act as a pathway anyways, even if we bumped this wall out even more. Just as I said, with all the openings and the clearances that you would have to get through there. Or the other option that I was thinking is possibly closing that off and closing this off, making part of that existing, middle room that's currently between your bathroom and your master into the laundry room, closing those walls off, and then popping a hole to the master from the other side of the wall, which is your dining room. So we'd obviously have to look at the logistics of that, where this door would then fall in this area. But like I said, I think it's important whether there's some sort of independent access to the master via a new doorway or doing something like this. I just think that is going to be important, and I honestly don't think that completely closing this off is going to really give you that much more space. So we can talk more about that, but I just wanted to just closing this off, without relocating the entryway is what I should have said, won't give you that much more space. So I just wanted to kind of put that out there and put that as a talking point that we can discuss when we are able to connect. But you can see a quick little change I did make here. So assuming that we can, pop a new opening into this bedroom from the other side of the wall, I think that then this would be a really nice way to utilize this space. So basically now we're using this entire rectangle without really having to have too many walls or doors, but still keeping a separate space for your laundry. So you would come in here, we'd open up a part of this wall, so this would open up into your master. We'd have room for a soaking tub here, which would be centered under your window, and then basically your laundry area would be relocated here. So we'd close off that opening and that opening, stack your washer and dryer here in the corner, and then have room for some sort of cabinetry. Obviously, if we wanted, we could, you know, not have this wall and just kind of have it open. But I think that it would be kind of a shame to have such a beautiful, you know, soaking tub and big open bathroom and then have, you know, your laundry kind of right in view of that, because to me those are kind of conflicting actions, I guess. Like, this is speaking like to be really relaxing and you know, kind of subtle and just a nice relaxing space, where this is probably going to be more of an active space where there's always going to be, you know, machines running and piles of laundry. And I just think it would be sad to spend, you know, all this money and do all the renovations and you want to relax in your tub and you've got your washer going and your piles of laundry everywhere, all next to your beautiful new soaking tub. So basically we'd pop in this opening, throw up another partition here. So we can obviously play with like how big each of these spaces are, depending on, you know, what tub we use and how much storage you actually want in this laundry room. And then basically these would just be partition walls. So your existing window would stay. We could do a soaking tub followed by a huge walk-in shower. So one thing that could be kind of cool with this size of a shower, as well as the layout, is kind of a cost saver too, is we wouldn't necessarily need to do a full glass wall and door. We could, but it's long enough that if we're able to put plumbing on this wall here, you know, this could be just a nice walk-in stall. So then we could save costs on some of the glass there. Again, these are just partition walls, so they're not straight to the ceiling. They're basically just kind of containing your new shower and giving a place for your tub. And then, so your window would stay the same. That would give us room here for still a 5-foot vanity, so we could easily get double sinks in there. It might just be a little bit asymmetrical because you're going to have a window over one of the vanities, and so just one mirror and light over the other side. And then I still think it's a nice idea to add a wall. So basically this is your existing wall. We would cut that back a bit and then add a wall so that it's like a full kind of partition. Now, whether this becomes a pocket door so it can be totally cut off from, you know, the rest of the bathroom, or it's just an opening so it's a little bit more visually separated. So for guests, I think that's a good solution. So again, let me just flip you in here really quick because I did a quick little model just so you could see. So again, this would be a door now in your dining room into your master. You'd walk through, this wall would be closed up. You'd have a new opening into that space that's currently demoed, and we would look straight through to your bathroom. So basically a window here with a tub. We could still do a cool chandelier kind of centered in this space. And these would be your partition walls. So obviously we'd have to have a piece of glass on each of these, but we wouldn't have to have that full, you know, glass door and hinge and everything. It should be long enough that you could just have that be totally open to walk in. So that would be your walk-in shower. And then again, your vanity here. So you'd have a double vanity, but again with the window above it, and then we'd have to, you know, we might have to play with the size and scale of that mirror. Again, then adding this wall. So basically we would do something like this and basically make, you know, an opening, either a pocket door or an archway or something to kind of conceal off the water closet from the rest of the space. So again, that it's still a little bit separated from the rest of your bathroom. And then you can see this would be the laundry room here. So again, I am showing that as, you know, right now a separate space, so with a door, pocket door, whatever it may be, washer and dryer stacked in this corner. The only other concern and cost that might change with this, that might be kind of a make or break, is, and I'm not sure, is having, you know, the venting and what we would have to do for the dryer and everything to be kind of in this interior room. So we, you know, it has to be, would have to get it vented somehow to the outside. So that might not be a big deal, but just something that we would need to consider. So, yeah, so I think we're kind of on the right track, but I think the two main things being, I really think that this should have, you know, its own egress, not necessarily egress through any other part of the room. And then also trying to leave, you know, plumbing locations where they are for the most part, just to help kind of contain that cost.